Hello, everybody. This is Jeffrey GT7, and welcome to the episode. In this episode, I'm going to be using the legendary Suzuki Escudo at Sardegna. In this episode, I'll be doing a step-by-step process. I'll be showcasing on how to get the car, where to find it, the build process of the car, the setup, the livery, the parts from the livery, and of course, the race itself. So hopefully this tune will help you out to get you pretty easy win at Sardegna, but also will be a very helpful tool to use just in case you're looking for an alternative way to gain some credits in GT7. So again, hopefully this will help out. If you know somebody that's looking for a tune per se, that's a bit more effective than Le Mans or Tokyo Expressway 600, you're more welcome to share them this episode. So without any further ado, let's now go ahead and get straight to the episode. So in order to find the car, you can find it at the Legends car dealership. I would recommend getting this car as soon as possible because it is under limited stock. It's going to cost you about 1.7 million credits. And when it does show up the next time, the price change will not be affected. It's going to be 1.7 million credits when it does show back up. So great car overall. If you do have the credits, I would highly recommend getting this car. There's, of course, the stats right there if you're curious to see what this car is. Surprisingly enough, this car is not really considered a Group B. It's just basically a super car, basically. You can use it against Group 1s, against Group 2s, against rally cars, of course. And it's like one of the ultimate machines in the game that you can use in multiple events. And could be one of the best cars to use in the main money tracks, too. So, for delivery, this is what I'll be using for this episode. Now, you can search up delivery, or you can actually do this instead.
If you guys like to follow me in the game, here are the instructions right here. Just go to Showcase, search my name up, click on a car with a livery, which is a custom style, which I do sometimes build. Click on my profile picture, click on the user page, and then finally click on the blue follow button. And just by doing that, you'll be able to follow me in the game. That way you have to go to my news feed for any liveries. That will help you out. Now, if you do not want the livery, that is totally up to you. But if you want to make it a little bit easier and just copycat what I have in store, then you can just simply do that as well. There's the hashtags right there on the top left that you can use to search this livery, either at GT Auto or you can just add to your collection through the showcase. Now, I went ahead and did one change. And I actually did this. I went ahead and changed the rims to these particular rims. And apparently these rims actually do affect PP points, which actually surprised me a little bit. So just make sure you just copy that if you want that. You won't be in a risk. Won't have to worry about going over 800 PP for the tune. Now, here is the first part of the tune itself. If you want to go ahead, just pause the episode, you can. And pretty much copy down the numbers on the screen. Now, the main numbers you have to really make sure that you have correct is going to be, of course, the downforce. Because the downforce is going to be pretty much the only thing here that can pretty much affect your overall points. Racing soft tires, I recommend having those in the car. The suspension, I recommend you copy that as well. Thankfully, for the power, you're going to keep it as is. Here is the custom transmission I actually have for this transmission. So I would recommend same thing. Just go ahead, pause the episode, and just copy down the numbers. This particular transmission is going to actually pretty much stretch out most of the gears by a little bit, just by a few little clicks. It's nothing really majorly huge. I just figured it had much better flow with that custom setup transmission. And of course, for the last part, you can see here, we actually went ahead and installed the high RPM turbocharger for this car. And that's it. As you can see, we actually are carrying over 1100 horsepower in this car. So yeah, this car is going to be extremely quick in this race. So as we get to the race itself, one thing to take consideration for our first lap, we are going to be racing under fuel map mix number 3. As you can see on the bottom right of the corner, we are going to adjust our fuel map setting, but as of right now, we're going to keep it on level 3 just for the first lap only. After that, we're going to put it on number 4 and basically drive the car the way that we usually are driving it, pretty aggressively, pretty quick. and should be at least an average 5 laps should be the distance for our car per pit stop. But as you can see, it takes us a little while just to get up to the front. But once we actually do go a bit further into a straight line, you can see the speed increases very quickly. Now the acceleration and speed is great. I would say the only thing that actually does really hurt it a lot is going to be the misshifting and having that turbo lag on the car. So you gotta be very careful whenever you actually do change gears. Otherwise, if you're in the wrong gear, that's definitely is going to mess you up in your run. It could be either about momentum, or it could be burning too much fuel. Could be another thing too. For our first lap though, we actually did pretty decently well. We're going to find ourselves within 4th place, or actually almost 3rd place as we crossed the finish line. So we made up a ton of spots just in one lap. So the only cars to worry about now is going to be, of course, the front two, which is the Dodge Viper and the Mercedes-Benz AMG in 2nd place. And we're going to do the same thing we've been doing. The only thing different here is we are going to be on map 4. And you can see we're going to easily take away P2 from the Mercedes right there. And now we're going to chase down the race leader, which is the Viper, very soon. So other than that, the car felt great. The tires are actually holding up pretty well. I would thought that they would be a bit more worn down or weared out, but apparently that's not the case. So the softs, you don't have to really worry about them being able to be all the way worn out or being extremely quickly worn down before you actually do make your pit stop for fuel. They should hold up nicely. So as we get through these couple corners, we're going to make a slingshot move on the inside of the Viper, and we're going to be ourselves the new race leader in this race. Now fast forward now to our first pit stop, which is going to be at the end of lap 5, and you can just see the gap between ourselves and 2nd place is pretty significant. We probably had one more lap. We could have for sure would have gone ahead and lapped our first opponent, but for this pit stop here, all I'll be doing here is getting a new set of soft tires and fuel. That's going to be the main objective with these pit stops in this race. And we're going to only try to be aiming for only 2 pit stops if we can. But other than that, the car felt great for that first run. Felt very smooth. Hopefully by this 2nd run, we could actually be able to save a bit more tire, which would be great. And also being able to maintain our good pace in this run. So as we get a pit rear, we're going to go ahead and fast forward now to lap number 7. This is going to be our official hot lap in this race. So I would recommend you guys just watch this hot lap, and I'll be right back for our next pit stop. As we fast forward to lap 10, we had a very good quick lap 7, being able to clock in the 129s, which is very quick around this track. This is going to be our last scheduled pit stop for this race.
As you see here, we just barely managed to make it to pit road. We actually had to cuss for a little bit there. But it's going to be the same thing like it was with our first pit stop. Just go ahead and just get a new set of soft tires. And of course, fuel all the way to 100%. And that's going to be it for our run. For our last pit stop. Now, I would suggest that if you are still struggling to save fuel for this car, I would recommend possibly moving the fuel map to number 5 or 6. Or you could just barely short shift by a little bit. You can do that just to limit the revs. Hopefully after the last pit stop, just making sure you're guaranteed to finish the race without having to run out of fuel. Now, we actually had some fuel to spare just by a little bit. I went back to the fuel map 1, got ourselves to the finish line, and we actually finished up a pretty good time of a 23:53. So we did manage to finish this race before 24 minutes. It'd be a couple seconds slower than a average Group 1, Group C Le Mans prototype, but still pretty good. So we got ourselves that clean race bonus, and that's going to be it for the episode. So for the next build is going to be using the Nissan 300CX 2-seater. This car is back in the game. It's in the used car dealership, and actually took me a little while to figure out what car to exactly use. So what I'm thinking about doing for this car is just possibly leaving it stocked engine, because this car does have an engine swap. But I think I'm going to leave it as is, get it all decked out, and try to get a win with this car at Tokyo Expressway 600. And if it does not work out, then it always is a case to try Le Mans. But looking forward to see what I can do with this car. Hopefully it'll be a very helpful tune. With it being a stock engine, I'll just have to wait and see what will come out of that. So until then, hopefully you guys have a great rest of the day or night, and I'll see you guys later.
Thank you again for watching today's episode. Hopefully this particular tune has helped you out in Gran Turismo 7. If there is a particular build you'd like for me to try out, or a different race, car class, whatever it is, you're more than welcome to put any suggestions down in the comments below, and I'll do my best to do them. So if you guys enjoyed today's episode, why not go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well? It would be very much appreciated. Also, leave a like and share it. If you know somebody personally that is struggling to get a win at Tokyo Expressway 600, then you're more than welcome to share this episode, and hopefully it will help them out. Until then, I'll see you guys later, and have a great rest of the day or night for it might be, and be safe.